What up, though? And welcome to Lunchtime Detroit Lions Talk, brought to you by Detroit Lions on the Prowl and Lions Nation Unite. It's your man, Curt Steele. Today is Monday, August 29th, 2022. On deck for today's show, we recap the Lions preseason finale in Pittsburgh on Sunday. LL goes in depth on how the offense played, or, lack thereof. And then Coach Mike looks at how the defense performed in Pittsburgh as well. But before we get into all that, man, it's time to bring in the rest of the crew, man. Starting off the week right for all the ladies out there. We got to take the lights down low. And then bring them up high for the high player from the Himalayas. It's my man, LL Cool. What's going on, my dude?
Good morning, Proud Nation, and what's that?
Man, they're fresh off a victory this weekend. The defensive line coach for the Jackson Northwest Mounties. It's my man, who?
The lowest score that the points had in 12 years. Coach Mike Jones. What's going on, Lions fans?
Hey, let's get this thing started
Right now.
Let go.
Good Lions talk, baby.
Welcome back to the show, everybody. Curt, go ahead and recap this preseason finale for us, man.
All right, let's look at some of these stats before we get into the recap. Pretty tough, but you look at this game, man. Time of possession was pretty even. The Lions had 30 minutes. The Steelers had 29. The Lions ran the ball effectively, like they have done all preseason. If you look at it, they had 114 yards rushing to only 57, which means the defensive line and the linebackers did their job stopping the run. The passing game is where Pittsburgh shined. They shined. They had 240 yards of passing to the Lions, 201, and a lot of that came at the end of the game for the Detroit Lions, trying to at least get one touchdown on the board, which we did late in the fourth quarter. It was really terrible on third down for both teams, 4 for 17, 4 for 13 for the Steelers. It was just a really rough and ugly game. You look at this game, it was first team versus first team, which really wasn't our first team. We played them good, you know what I'm saying? We really got in, got back and forth, which we were without our number one weapons. They played their starters. You look at this team, they played their complete, battery of starters. The Lions, not so much. We didn't play Swaggy. We didn't play Swift. We didn't play Jared Goff. And you can tell when we get into this game recap how these things went. We had an interception by Tim Boyle, who just threw the ball right to the defender. He just threw that thing straight to old boy. I mean, the dude was just standing there. I mean, I don't know if he didn't see him standing there in front of Josh Reynolds, but he was just standing there like, oh, hey, thank you. If you look at this game in a totality, man, and what you thought was you going to get out of this game, I thought I saw. Well, what did Denny Green say? They were who we thought they were. Talking about the backup quarterbacks, man. The Lions got a backup quarterback issue, man. Overall, did Blau overplay? I mean, outplay Boyle somewhat. His ability to improvise and make plays with his feet as well as his arms stood out. Just because Boyle took too many sacks and decision makings. Is I think the Lions need to sign a better backup. Just to be honest, I'm just gonna be honest with you. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. Yeah. It is. I mean, these guys played terrible. If Jared Goff, man, if Jared Goff goes down, man, just like saying that we had it when Stafford was here. If Jared Goff goes down, we are in a world of hurt this season. It's just bad. You can tell it's quite obvious that neither of these guys spent time with the first team offense in the camp. Like they had very limited time with the first team offense because the timing was off with the first team offense. The offensive line timing was off. The running backs time was off. The receivers was off. I mean, it was just terrible. I mean, that first half of football with the starters, man, they just look off. I mean, it was bad. I mean, they weren't in sync. It just I mean, you have to call it what it is, man. I mean, it was just bad. The timing was off. The first team defense, on the other hand, man, shoot, that's what I'm talking about. Them dudes played above my expectations.
Yeah,
they did. I mean, they held that first team offenses. The starters held them to 6 points because that touchdown came with the Lions in the first half. The Lions' second unit was in. If you look at that, who was playing, that was first unit on second unit when the Steelers scored a touchdown. So, I mean, even when they had a turnover deep in the Lions territory by Boyle through the interception, they only gave up 3 points. I mean, you had Thor out there making the pass defense out there. Anzalone or whatever his name is, Anzalones was out there breaking up passes. That first team defense played good. Even Jeff Okuda had the pass breakup. Great trail position. You know, all the noise about George Pickens and what he was going to do to the Lions and all this. And he's to be the best. He's going to be the next great Steelers wide receiver. He wasn't on Sunday when he was playing Okuda. That's just is what it is. You had one good pass big play given up by Amani Royer, but that was a dime. I can't say nothing about that. That was a dime. When you throw the ball like that, sometimes sometimes better offense is going to beat good defense. It's just going to happen because they were in good position. You had Elliott over the top, and you had my man Amani Royer. You know, saying the underneath coverage. That was just a dime. I can't. But Derek Barnes was playing good. It was just, I mean, that first team defense played well. What do you guys think about the game? I watched the whole thing. I was in the Gameday chat on LNU, had to kind of bounce out for a minute because, some people working my damn nerves, but you know how it goes, man. Some Lions fans, man, they just go do what they do. But overall, man, it is what I thought it was. I'm not going to get overexcited about the game because guess what? It's still preseason. Still preseason. And it is what it is. I mean, it's still, because the units were kind of mixed in together, but for the most part, that first team defense played very, very well. So what you guys think about, I'm going to go to you for Coach Mike, because I want you to talk about that defense, man.
Okay. The thing that really stuck out to me on that defense was we stopped the run. Like, we shut that run game down. They had, 58 total rushing yards?
Yeah, for the whole game. Najee Harris was getting stuffed.
Was Najee Harris a big boy?
Mm-hmm.
So, but the thing, Bruce Hector and Isaiah Biggs playing that interior, wow. I don't even think it. Liam McNeil, did he play at all? I don't remember seeing him.
I don't remember.
I don't think so.
So that was all Bruce Hector and Isaiah Biggs in that first in that first half, man. And they
Demetrius Taylor too.
Demetrius Taylor too. But Isaiah Biggs was a very big signing. That was a very, very big signing. He played that backup job very well. You know what? There was something, man. There was something that I did like seeing, and that was that third, that passing down package. And who did they have? So let me look at my notes real quick. They had Austin Bryant, John Kaminsky, Aiden Hutchinson, and Chris Harris on that D line. And that, man, I like that package. I love that package. Actually, I'm not even gonna lie. With Aiden Hutchinson playing I think it's like the 3-tech, and Charles Harris on the opposite side of him. Then you got Austin Bryant on the edge with John Kaminsky. The NASCAR package where you had the big fast dudes up front. Yeah, man, I like that, man. That right there, that made me feel good. The defense did a pretty good job. They shut the run down. I'm gonna tell you right now, that was a dress rehearsal for the Steelers. Okay, that was a dress rehearsal for the Steelers. And the Lions, it wasn't so much because there were a few key players who did not play. So, like I said, I don't remember seeing Liam McNeil out there. So our starting inside guy was not in there. And they said that with Isaiah Biggs playing that one, that Liam McNeil is gonna get some 3-tech reps. So that's gonna be very interesting to see as well, is the big athletic man on that 3-tech. But overall, the defense played pretty good, man. Except for, at the very, towards the second team and the third team, the back end of the defense started to struggle. But one more thing that surprised me is it surprised me that the defense is more together on the front end than the back end, because we all thought before preseason that the back end was tight and the front end is what we had to worry about. Yeah. I think that's that kind of like throws me in a loop a little bit, man. But I don't know what you think about that, LL.
Well, defensively, one of the only like real negatives I'll say is that they gave up the end of the first half drive. But they, like Curt said, that was, our two was out there against day one still. I'm not really too mad about it. But offensive outlook, the offensive line didn't really start getting a push until later on in the game. But I mean, that's kind of how you want it to be. Late game, at least you're still getting some push. The longer runs came later in the game. They wasn't, at least early in the game, they wasn't able to get a lot of push. I'm not sure if that was maybe just they weren't blocking very well, or Jamar Jefferson just wasn't having a good game. For the moment, I'll say both, but I will give credit to the Steelers defense at least, because the Steelers defense, they front seven, they played very well. Like it was at a point I didn't even know our starting offensive line was in there. Like I'm like, what the hell is going on? But offensively, we were able to move the ball somewhat. We eventually got some. We eventually put some field goals up on the board. Yeah, I guess comment again on defense. We do got a pass rush. The pass rush looked really, really, really well. A lot of penalties, man. A lot of penalties on our offensive line. I didn't really like that. We did get the turnover. Y'all's friend, David Boyle with the interception. But it was a lot going on. It was a preseason game. I'm not that mad at it. I would like them to clean up some things. I don't want to see necessarily our starting offensive line get handled like that. We weren't getting very much push, especially early in the game. But overall, preseason finale, I don't want to say we didn't take it as serious as the Steelers, because I don't believe that's it. But I think that, the Steelers, they played some of their main players a little bit longer than we did. So they got a longer look at those guys. Mm-hmm. And the results may have shown on the field, with a couple of those plays. But all in all, I'm nothing too much for me to be concerned about. Decent game, and I'm ready for the regular season. Is all I got to say. Well, I get to it when my offensive breakdown.
Yeah, definitely. I get that's one thing I didn't like. I'm glad you brought that up. The penalties was ridiculous on both teams. It was like the refs preseason finale, because they was flinging them things all over the place, man. Man, it was just part of the field. It was like every play was a freaking flag, and it was on for both teams. So. And stuff that I think that they would normally not call in the regular season, they were calling just to try to make an emphasis to tell teams like, hey, this might be an emphasis that we're going to be focusing on in the regular season. Like Decker lines up like that every freaking play, and he never gets called for not being, you're not in the line of scrimmage. Like, come on, man. That's how most offensive tackles, they're not exactly up on the line of scrimmage, especially with them damn horses coming at their ass at full speed, coming off the edge. It just ain't what it is. But with all that being said, man, I'm saying, like the video, share the video, comment on the video. Let's get this Lions content to more Lions fans just like yourself, man. Family discussion topic for today. What do you think of the preseason finale? Give us your thoughts, man. Drop us in the comments down below, man. Y'all had a lot of comments on the last video, man. That last video did really, really good numbers, man. I'm loving that, man. Keep coming back to the channel, man. We love you right here on Detroit Lions on the Prowl. Your home for Detroit Lions news and rumors, man. And y'all know what time it is. It's time for, we coming down the home stretch, man. It's the Curt Cap switch up, man. We're in the last few days, Hey, y'all see the cap, man. It's the color rush, baby. Y'all see the jersey? It's the Barry Sanders color rush, man. Y'all know I had to pull it out, man. I know you like the pajamas, but sometimes you got to do what you can do when you can do it. So I had to bring out the color rush, man, for y'all one time. But y'all know what it is. On Free for All Friday this week, man, we will ask the questions for the Curt cap switch up cap giveaway. So go ahead. Today's is the color rush cap for the Detroit Lions, man. I had to break it out. I usually don't wear this one that often, man. Cut a little bit tight on the boy's head, so I don't wear this one too often. You know what I'm saying? It was cut a little short by a new era on this one. So man, you gotta know what it is, man. So with all that being said, man, if you're going to do something for the team right here, I don't know what you're waiting on, man, because you keep coming back. So go ahead, get on this ride with us, man, the 4K. So go ahead and click the subscribe button for us right here on Detroit Lions on the Prowl, man, and ring that notification bell so you know when you're getting fresh content for your home for Detroit Lions news and rumors, man. Let's go ahead and talk about this offense or lack thereof, because oh man, I was like, what in the hell's going on out here? LL, holla at your boy, man. Tell him what's going on with that offense, man.
Well, like I said, I'll give a lot of credit to the Steelers defense. Our offense, especially our offensive line, did not look that good. Pretty much all game. First half, especially, like I said, I was a little confused. Like because I thought I seen like 71 out there, but now I'm like, no, that's a 2. And I'm like, wait a minute, like, I'm starting putting things together. Like, this is our starting offensive line. Like, what the hell is going on here? I didn't really like what I was seeing. No real push out there. Like I said, I don't really know. Jamar Jefferson started the game, I believe, but he wasn't getting very much push. One thing that kind of concerned me was Craig Reynolds was out there late. Like, I don't know what was going on with that. I don't know if Jamar Jefferson got hurt and they didn't want to run Justin Jackson no more, so they put Craig Reynolds out there. But I didn't really like that. He was out there kind of late. He didn't look like he was getting hurt there, but on some of those runs he was getting up, it took him a little longer to get up. So like maybe he was a little tired, maybe he was getting hit a little bit. So I guess we'll figure out what was going on with that today. But overall, we still were able to run the ball. It wasn't a bad rushing game. It was just the Steelers defense were keeping the long runs, to a minimum. We were not able to pass the ball very well, but I blame Blau and Boyle. I shouldn't say we weren't able to. They just weren't able to stick it in the end zone very often. A lot of penalties, like I said, penalty on Decker, but that was probably I don't want to say it was probably a bullshit play. A couple penalties on Decker. No push. We had a couple of 4th down plays. Not getting no push. Holding penalty on Jonah Jackson. Just penalties, lots of penalties. Penalties, we're not really killing drives, but stalling drives, like putting pressure on us to convert, things like that. We end up getting a turnover, a couple almost turnovers, another Jefferson fumble, things like that. Offensive, I don't think this was a very good offensive game. I hope that we don't see this too many times going into the regular season. I hope this was their, to quote Dan Campbell, get that last bit of losing out. Hopefully this is their get the last little bit of bullshit out before we go into the regular season, because I don't want to see a game like this during the regular season, because this is going to end up with us, not with a whole lot of wins out there. If y'all have anything to add offensively, what do you got? If not, go ahead and move on.
For me, just real quick, just to kind of put the cap on the offense, man. You look at this game. For me, I think Justin Jackson played his way in, and Jamar Jefferson played his way out. That's just my opinion. Wide receiver position, you're gonna have a few guys, man. It's gonna be some guys. It's a couple open spots, you know what I'm saying? It depends on what they can do in the special teams. I think that's why you saw some guys getting some extra looks on special teams. I just think that Craig Reynolds was getting some run time. He didn't play a lot in this preseason, so I just think they wanted to probably give him some run. I think he's got that number 3 running back position already locked up. If you look at the offensive line, man, I think that goes for me with the quarterback and the lack of first team reps. Because you look at what the team or as a unit, the offensive line is used to taking keys from Jared Goff, the first team, right? Calling protections out. He's used to working with Frank Ragnow. He used to work with Jared Goff. Yeah, he used to work with these guys. These guys work with Evan Brown all game. You see how the offensive line improved as the backup offensive line came in and they work with these guys because that's who they play with all the time. I think it did, Blau and Boyle a disservice, especially this week if Jared Goff was getting all the first team reps. Because if you was putting them out there and they didn't get the first team reps, they're not working with these guys. I understand you saying, oh, it should be all the same. Nah, man. Sometimes you ain't used to working with somebody. It take you a while to get, especially you put up there in a game of football. You're not used to working with somebody, man. It's like the starting point guard coming in and working all the reserves, man. He ain't gonna be the same, and for at least for a couple quarters, you know what I'm saying? Because he's got to get used to work with them. They don't know his isms, his mannerisms, the way he call plays. It's just different. Protection call out, everything's gonna be different from a backup quarterback. And these guys didn't get first team reps. It's evident, and I can just say that it was a bad showing by both guys, man. I can't say that. If either one of these guys is the second quarterback, it wouldn't surprise me. If Boyle is the backup and they cut Blau, if Blau is the backup and they cut Boyle, it wouldn't surprise me either way. It wouldn't surprise me either way. It wouldn't surprise me either way.
Curt,
no, I'm just saying it wouldn't surprise me. It wouldn't surprise me. I'm not saying.
Yeah. I mean. Okay, so I mean, I know you're not saying, I know what you're not saying, but I'm gonna say this like I said yesterday. If anybody thinks that Tim Boyle deserves his backup spot over David Blau and boxing your Addy, I'm gonna come to your house. I'm gonna come out of you, man. That boy is horrible. And that's all I'm gonna say about that. We all seen. If you ain't watch it, then watch it. You know what's something I took a few notes on TJ Hawkinson. So TJ Hawkinson threw a block on TJ Watt, right? When TJ Watt was rushing off that.
Oh, TJ Crime, yeah.
It was TJ on TJ. And Hawkinson actually stopped him from getting a sack on that play. Which, man, because a lot of times, actually, it wasn't a sack. It was like an off tackle or a pick. Because a lot of times you don't block that backside end on the off tackle or the pick. You let them go. God, TJ Watt was flying, bro. I was like, oh no. So that was a good thing, man. And another thing that stood out to me was David Blau's arms are a lot stronger than they used to be.
He could push the ball down the field.
Yeah, I mean, I really didn't think that he was able to do that before, and maybe that did boost his ego a little bit, where he did try to force a couple balls in there, because that one pass he threw to Johnny Benson, it was like a out route, I believe, or something like that, and he threw the ball, and Benson was kind of covered, but he threw him open. Benson didn't bring it in, but on the replay, he threw him open. He put it in the spot where Benson could get it, and it was just out of the defender's reach, man. And I kind of like that a little bit, man. And I just like to caveat off what you said, man. And speaking in terms of March Madness, David Blau and Justin Jackson are my last two in. and Tim Boyle and Jamal Jefferson are my last two out. Matter of fact, don't even come to Allen Park. I had your shit at the right waiting on a bus when you get off, my brother.
Well,
one thing.
Yeah, go ahead.
One thing, just because I wanted to add, because I didn't really like the Cephas was out there. Cephas was out there kind of late. They had Funches out there late as well. But I look at it from your perspective, Curt, like Cephas I don't think Cephas played at all this preseason. So this was, just letting them get out there and
get some
run around a little bit. Yeah. So I look at it a little bit differently. So but we did actually.
You got a touchdown. You got a touchdown.
Right. Yeah, he did. But no, we actually did get to see Funches out there and Cephas out there, two guys that, we had heard about having some injury issues earlier on in camp, but it's good to just see them back out there.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. Definitely. All right, man. Y'all know what to do, man. It's time to pay some bills, man. So, hey, man, if you want to get yourself some Lions gear, man, I got the doggone the Curt Cap switch up, man. All my hats usually come from one place, Fanatic or Lids, but now that Fanatics bought Lids, it's coming from Fanatics anyway. So go on over to fanatics.com, links in the description below, man, and a portion of the proceeds from that link go to help us grow the content on this channel. What channel? The home for Detroit Lions News and Rumors, baby. Detroit Lions on the Prowl, man. And if you want to hang out with us on your favorite social media platforms, go ahead and follow the links on the screen, man. Just hang out with us on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, and all those platforms, man. And the summer is coming to an end. So if you want to quench your thirst, especially on Thirsty Thursdays, go on over to LL's page, man. He'll get you right on Thirsty Thursdays. You know what it is, player. All right. Definitely, man, if you want to hang out with us behind the scenes, we had a great time yesterday over in the LNU chat, man. So go ahead and download the app. It is LNU, Lions Nation Unite. You can get it in your Google, Android, or Apple app stores for your mobile devices. If you want to do it on your web browser, just type in lionsnationunite.com. It is the ultimate virtual hangout for Detroit Lions fans. All of your favorite content creators for Detroit Lions are over there. You can watch this show right over there in the app. You ain't got to go out the app to watch it, man. So it is one of the best things going. And while you're over there, click on the link for lnushop.com. It's always game day in the LNU shop store. For us, you can hang out with us on DetroitLionsOnTheProd.com. Got some great content coming over there, man. I got to tweak some things to get the article posted, but I'm working on it. It should be up today on a very special Detroit Lions fan and a special honor that was bestowed upon him. So go over there and check it out. DetroitLionsOnTheProd.com. While you're over there, man, click the link for LionsOnTheProdShop.com and get yourself some Prowl Nation gear. Support the Prowl Nation family right there in LionsOnTheProdShop.com. And man, why you gotta get your gear, because Saturday starts the University of Michigan football season. Man, click on the link in the description and get yourself some Wolverine Lion gear by our own Coach Mike Jones, man. So get yourself some Wolverine Lion gear, man. He got a good big shout out today, the other day, on Woodward Sports and the Bottom Line by Brandon Edwards and those guys, man. So go over and check it out, man. Wolverine.com. If you're a Wolverine on Saturday and a Lion on Sunday, that's the place you need to be. Now, let's get into this defense. Speaking of the Wolverine, go ahead, brother, and step to the mic and talk about that defense.
Yeah, I'm gonna talk about a few plays, man. I kind of gave a little defensive recap earlier, so I'm just gonna get into a few plays that stood out to me. One was Chris Board is a good blitzer. Chris Board coming on those blitzes, man. I like that. I don't know if he should be starting, but he definitely should be in our linebacker blitz packages, because that boy be coming off. He be flying. And then two, I want to caveat of something said earlier. I like that play where Jeff Okudah knocked that ball down from George Pickens. I think it was on the goal line. I do. Yeah, but Okudah had perfect position. And he had perfect awareness to turn his head around and bat that down. And in the same exact type of situation, Bobby Price did not have his head turned around the right damn way. And when you playing a sideline, because he was playing a sideline, right? When you playing a sideline as an extra defender, and the dude is running this way, why the hell are you turning your head this way? Now, like, I just don't understand that. Because if you see the guy is going back that way, why would you turn your head this way? I don't know, man. You an NFL player. Your ass ain't gonna make the squad, bro. I just don't like that, man. That irritated the mess out of me, man. I'm a defensive coach. And that's like the ABC of DB. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on here and play side, bro. But there was another thing that stood out to me, and it was Zavion Smith, man. He had an up and down game. He had a game where he was making plays, and he had a game where he gave up some things, and he's a guy that I would put on the practice squad.
He might make the roster. He might make the roster.
He's not making a roster. But I
You don't
definitely
think
put him
so?
on the practice squad. You know what? It's so much depth out there. I mean, the cornerback situation is so tight right now because I don't know. I mean, if he was speaking in NCAA terms, he would be the last man in.
Mm-hmm.
As of right now, he's the first. He's the first man out. But I would definitely keep him around because he did make a few plays. He battled that game. He was one player who really was battling out there. Like he was playing for his job, and you could tell because he was giving that max effort. But other than that, man, yeah, it was a pretty good defensive showing early on for the guys, man. They held them to 3 field goals early. It could have been worse. It could have been 3 scores, 3 touchdowns. So I'm happy with it, man. I'm happy with it. I wasn't happy that they gave up those second half points, man. But hey, man, overall the defense shut down that run. I'm good with it, man.
All right. So, Coach Mike, I got a different. I think Savion Smith, even with his few plays he gave up, life of a DB, man. I think him and Chase Lucius play they were onto the roster. You look at guys like Mark Gilbert and those guys that were on the team last year, they think they're gone. You may be looking at, like you said, maybe practice squad. I think Chase Lucius makes the 53-man roster. I just think he does. I think that guy has done enough. So I know he's still a developmental player. He may be low on a depth chart, but I think he is going to be on the 53-man roster. Barnes and Anzalone will be those start linebackers. And surprise, and I think Barnes will be taking over the green dot. I think will be moving to the off-ball linebacker position. I think Angela will be moving. I think that's the stake where he plays better. Just to be honest with you, Hutch and Harris are going to be a problem off the edge. Man, them boys gonna have a meeting at the quarterback. I'm liking that pass rush with those two guys on the outside, man, because teams won't be able to double McNeil. With those guys playing on the defensive line, you got to pick your poison. Who you going to double team? You know what I'm saying? Because somebody going to be screaming off the edge and up the middle doing those defensive plays. Then you can have the guys coming up the middle from the linebacker position. It's going to be a good pass rush this year. That run defense was stout as hell, man. I hope it holds up into the regular season. Jeff Okudah, man, not only did he play the pass good, man, he stuck Najee Harris on that sidelines, man, for a loss. He was, don't you come around here with that noise. I mean, Okudah was doing his thing. I can't hate. I know it's preseason. I can't get too excited about that, but Okudah played well. I think Elliott and Walker played good on the back end. I mean, and you can see because Walker even had a sack. Both of them kind of mixed them where one play you might see Walker on the back end and you see Elliott in the box and then they flip-flop. Then you see Walker on the back end, you see Elliott in the box. I like that where they can interchange those guys back and forth on that back end of their defense. And that first team defense played well together. So I'm liking that. So it will be some tough decisions, man, tomorrow on cut down day. They're probably going to start today, especially with the Hard Knocks crew being in the building. So it's going to start soon. The cuts are coming. You know what I'm saying? What's that thing that you don't want to hear? You can hear, hey, coach want to see you, but you don't want to hear, coach want to see you and bring your playbook. So that's going to be some tough decisions on this. Well, Dan Campbell said this is his rough time of year for him, man. He hates, and that goes with being a former player. You hate to see the guys that that are working hard and try to make the team, man. But it is what it is, man. You got to go. They only got 53 slots, and it's gonna be a big cut down. And what you got, LL, on the defense, man? What's anything to add?
I keep it real short. We got a pass rush now, and I don't know if it was our talent on defense because I believe it looked okay it's looked okay pretty much for the whole of this preseason. But I know the Steelers have had their own offensive line issues, so we at least were able to take advantage of it. But yeah, Hutch, Harris, shout out to Demetrius Taylor, Bruce Hector, and is it Biggs or Bugs? But Isaiah
Bugs
or Biggs, whatever. All of those guys, and John Kaminsky. Let me not leave his name out.
The commish.
They were all over the place. So
Yeah.
I am personally very excited for our pass rush. And it was pleasant to see Derek Barnes out there making some plays. He had a couple of TFLs out there.
Yeah, I'm liking what I'm saying from Derek Barnes, man. But if you look at that, Kelvin Shepard alluded that to earlier this week. He said, watch your back. He said Derek Barnes is coming.
One thing I want to add before we do move on to comment more on the pass rush. Penalties because of the pass rush. Lots of false starts, lots of holding penalties on their offensive line. That was the biggest thing to me. Like I was like, I like to see it. I hope we can carry it on throughout the regular season.
Yeah, because Hutch drew a holding penalty and Harris did.
Something I forgot to mention was one person that ain't nobody talked about, and I think he might be on his way out of here, and that's Jared Davis. And only
he had a couple good plays, but he may be on the way.
He was out there, but I see what you're saying.
Yeah, it depends on how many linebackers we keep. He would be the last linebacker in if we kept, the maximum amounts, man. But man. I just think he got outplayed.
Even Anthony Pittman had a good play in coverage, and you just didn't see, you just don't see that from Jared Davis. He's not good in coverage at all. Boy couldn't cover a little baby with a blanket if you gave it to him. All right, anyways, let's go, man. Hey, man, you like the video? Like the video, share the video, comment on the video, man. It's all love right here. Detroit Lions are probably your home for Detroit Lions news and rumors, man. And go ahead, man. Share, like my man Coach Jones always say, man. Share the video, man. Have a watch party with your peoples, man. But just make sure y'all on separate devices because we can get all them views and help us with that YouTube algorithm. We want all them things, man. We want it all. Brand new socks and drawers. All right, now it's time for the comment cards, baby. Because we got to hear what you had to say about the last show. Let's get into this thing, man. First up, we got new to the Wall of Fame, George Eagle in the building. Having Payne would be awesome. It would help out the linebackers and secondary, I believe. You saw how the good pass rush helped us out yesterday in the first team secondary. So yes, I agree with you 100%. Having a good stout defensive line helps the pass rush.
Right,
in
the
secondary, excuse me. I'm sorry.
No, Shamin says, hell yeah, man. We should do both. Send Brockers off with a smile and sign Duran for the right price. My concern would be getting a late round pick for the Brockers trade that we would use on a developmental defensive tackle in next year's draft.
Okay.
Only thing is we wouldn't be signing Duran Payne. We'd have to trade for him. But yeah, thanks for the comment, Chamin. If I'm saying that right.
Jason Hill says, I understand what we have in our running back rotation, but what's the downside of bringing in a Kareem Hunt? It will push Craig Reynolds to the practice squad, but our 1, 2, and 3 running backs would be Hunt, Swift, and Williams. I can see the upside, but what's the downside? That's a good question. You know what? The downside is just it's not really a downside. That's a good thing, but it's just the chemistry. The chemistry with the offensive line, the chemistry with the team. I think the team is just more comfortable for Craig Reynolds. So yeah, man, that's what it is. But that was good. That was a very good comment, Jason.
Yeah, the downside is the Cleveland's not already said they ain't trading his ass. So that's the downside. Cleveland said no, we ain't trading you, bro. We heard your request. We heard what you said. You said it right. We heard you loud and clear, but no. All right, Helmadon. Man, we got some new people in the, and shout out to everybody in the comment cards today. We got some new people in the comment cards today. It says Brocker was invisible last year. I absolutely agree. I've heard nothing about him this year except in trade talks. He's not what is needed with our line. Payne will be an upgrade. I believe that as well to our defensive tackle positions. Brockers is seeing the light at the end of the tunnel. Well, it may be a freight train at this point. Payne is young, but might cost us too much to re-sign. Only reason to trade Brockers is because he's too expensive. It should just cut. I believe that is 100% true. I think our D-line will be better with Payne, but it will be better simply without Brockers taking the job of another young defensive line we have waiting. I agree with there's some good points in there. Brockers, man. Yeah. I mean, I like him as a person, but as a starting defensive lineman, I just think it's time for that dude to, kick rocks, man. We'll holler at you later.
Right, no disagreements here. Mario M says we need defense. Offense is what it is. Our defense is bottom 3 in the league right now. I put offense mid-pack, 12 to 18 range. Offensive line is legit when healthy. 2 solid running backs. Goff will be better with better options to throw to. Chark, Hawk, St. Brown, and getting Williams back around Thanksgiving will also help. Lions still a year away from playoffs, in my opinion. Need to bolster deep next draft. Possibly keep Goff depending on how the season plays out. Might get lucky and he'll be a top 15 quarterback, and we can load up on D early next draft instead of taking a quarterback. All valid points. That's kind of, I believe that's kind of like the belief system. And, you know, some of these things will go like that, so we necessarily won't have to draft a quarterback next year.
Man, and yeah, people do know that Goff is under contract for the next like 3 seasons. I mean, I think it's 2025 is his legs when the contract is up. The guaranteed money run out after this year. He's an easier cut this year because the cap hits lower after this season, but I don't think he's going nowhere.
Yeah, people got to understand too, man. We have to draft a quarterback regardless. Maybe it won't be as early.
It'll be a backup because we need one.
Well, we definitely need to draft a quarterback next year. Y'all don't think David Blau was like the number 2, the good one, right? Okay. Anyways, John Thrasher says, sorry to say, and this is actually the opposite of what Hamadan said. John Thrasher says, sorry to say, but you're wrong about Michael Brockers. He's one of the key glue guys on this team who has won and who knows how to get it done. Now, the key starters played against the Colts. So hold your horses, and not saying Michael Brockers much in the preseason game. I totally understand what you're saying. He's a veteran of experience. But at the same time, as you seen last year, if they're trying to play all new guys, all young guys, then I mean you gotta, you know, Brockers. He's a fringe player, man. I'm not mad either way. If they keep him, I'm not mad if they keep him. I'm not mad if they cut him. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. I know Kurt. But like this content, like the video, subscribe to the channel. Do all that, man. Share the video and help us get this out there to more Lions fans just like yourself. What you got up next, Kurt?
Yeah, I know what it is. It's time for everyone else's favorite segment of the show. It's called Dessert with your man, Kurt, brought to you by Delightful Bites, custom cookies and desserts for any occasion. If you like how they look, you'll love how they taste, man. Go to the link in the description below. It's over to our Facebook page. If you don't do the Facebook thing, go on Twitter or TikTok and see, not Twitter, Instagram and TikTok to see all that beautiful dessert footage. Delightful Bites. Get your cookie on. All right, man. J-Mo. Now, I know this was to the dismay of the Lions coaching staff, but it gave some fans a glimpse of what's going on with J-Mo. J-Mo posted a video of pictures of him running on Instagram out there at Allen Park, man, doing some running, stopping, seeing what he can do. I'm like, okay, J-Mo, he running, looking good. But I know the coaching staff was like, don't do that shit no more. But I like to see him out there, man. He progressing. I can see him, you know what I'm saying, being back, 5-6 games, coming back into the fold, man. But I like to see that he's actually progressing and actually running. So shout out to J-Mo for helping, for sharing that. But I know the coaching staff try to tell him not that crap off, man, because, this is the NFL. They don't like sharing injury updates with anybody. So with all that being said, man, good looking out, young fella, man. I like the way you're looking out there running on Instagram. So hopefully we can get him back sooner rather than later. Now it's time to go on over to that Walk of Fame, man, and see what we got going on. I said we in the comment cards, we have a new member of the bronze members Wall of Fame. We got my man George Eagle in the building. We got my man Detroit Drew. If you want to get your Pistons content on, go check him out on his YouTube page, along with Everything King. He got Pistons. He does Michigan. He does the Lions, man. Go and check out Marcus King, Everything King, man. He does a good work over there on his YouTube channel as well, man. And he works over there with us over there in LNU as well. And our several members, we got my man Henry Wallace, John Martin, and Batman of the 313. And our gold members, we got Michael Huck, man. Good to see you over there in the Game Day chat yesterday, my dude. Larry McQuiston, Michael Lewis, North End Kim, Lady Lionel or Douchebagia and the Doctor, Dr. Detroit. He is always in, man. And that dude did something phenomenal for the Prowl Nation, man. Getting those game tickets for Jim's family and having our founder Jim's a memorial picture for him is going to be up at the Lions game New Year's Day versus the Bears, man. Shout out to Dr. Detroit, man. That's what's up, bro. You know what I'm saying? Hey, man, that's what's up. To become a member of the Wall of Fame, click that join now button in the description, man. Now it's time for final thoughts. My man, my mellow, get on the mic because you know you eat orange jello. Hell, man, you finished lining right quick, man. Let's go. What's your final thoughts for today's show?
Well, final thoughts on this Monday. I keep them short and sweet. Of course, happy Monday. And to all the Lions, man, if you make the team, if you don't make the team, don't let this be the end of it. If you do make the team, let's go ahead and, change some of these things around here. If you don't make the team, don't let it be the end of it. Try harder, try to find another home, find another league. There's other opportunities, but just don't let this be the end of it. And, have a great one.
Yeah. Man, I have to give a big shout out to our Jackson Northwest Mountie run game. We racked up 382 total rush yards. Only had to pass the ball twice.
That's what's up.
Led by our leading running back, Isaiah Halls, who had 41 carries for 233 yards and a touchdown. Good Lord. That boy was out there working. Man, shout out to them, man. That whole stable was getting down. But yeah, man, the Lions about to do the roster cuts, and man, good luck, people.
Yeah, all right, yeah, definitely. Tomorrow we will bring you some more content right here on Detroit Lions in the Prowl. We'll kind of look at who's going to get cut, who's going to be staying around. Kind of already know who's going to be around in the building, but we'll give our thoughts tomorrow. So make sure you tune in, same bat time, same bat channel tomorrow to see what's going to happen with the roster, man. For me, y'all know it's Monday, man. The grind starts today. And thank you for starting your week off right here with us on Detroit Lions on the Prowl, your home for Detroit Lions news and rumors, man. If you feel a bit overwhelmed at work today, man, step back. Take a deep breath, inhale, exhale, man, and get back at it. And if you need some help, man, if it's a coworker, if it's a supervisor, man, don't be afraid to ask for help, because asking for help is a sign of strength and not weakness, especially when it comes to your mental health. So you need to get your mentals checked out, man. Don't be afraid to ask, because it will definitely help you out in the long run. So I know that you just eating lunch with us, man. You had yourself some Taco Bell. You had yourself some Wendy's. If you're in Flint, you had yourself some Big John steak and onions, man, or Halo burger. Woo-wee. What you need to do, get this napkin. No crumbs off your face, man. Finish your drink and get back to work, baby. And whatever you do in life, you got to boss up, ball out, and be the best version of you that you can be. For my fellas, LL and Coach Mike, this is Curt Steele, and we will holler at you real soon. We love you, Jim.